Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. So today we're going to be just doing some more stuff for Alchemortis. Again, the main focus right now that I have off of stream is getting the first Alchemortis devlog edited together so that I can release that alongside the playtest on the Patreon and the Discord server all at once. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm dying. It's okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been spending most of my time on. And then for the streams, we're just going to be tweaking some things, adding new content. I have a couple of bugs to fix, a couple of minor things to fix. I had a friend playtest the game yesterday, and I noticed a couple of minor things that need to be fixed. One of which is probably going to be a relatively interesting bug, but yeah, I guess before we get into all that, I want to remind everyone that Alchemortis, which is the game we're working on today, is available for wishlisting on Steam. So definitely give that a wishlist if you're interested in it. And I also have my Udemy courses available for sale. This is the main way that I'm making my income right now. So if you want to support my work, if you want to support the channel, this is a great way to do it. But also, it's a great way to learn how to build games in the Godot engine. I've got a number of courses available. The most recent one is this one, which is the complete online co-op multiplayer course, which will teach you all of Godot's high-level networking tools so that you can build an internet-connected multiplayer game. So, yeah, check those out if you're interested. I appreciate that. And of course, you can like and subscribe, watch my other videos. I just released a new code review video yesterday, so if you haven't seen that and you're interested, check that out. All that good stuff. All right. So, hello, everybody. Hello, Adam. Welcome back. Good morning. First in this economy. You are first today. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Ben, welcome back. Emerson, good to see you. You're not first, unfortunately, but welcome back. I am Genius Potato. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So close to playtest. Are you nervous? No, not really. I think I'm expecting to get some good feedback. I'm expecting to get some negative feedback, but I think that's the point. The point is I need to get a feel for like what everyone doesn't like about the game. That's the primary thing, right? Like, what do people not like about the game, so I can correct that before I go, super hard into developing a bunch of content. So, not really nervous. I think, honestly, the thing I'm most nervous about is like the whole automated system that I've set up for sending Steam keys to all of the Patreon members, because again, I want to have a period of like 1 or 2 weeks where Patreon members get access to the playtest first, and then open it up to the public after that. And yeah, that's just, there's a whole technical system that's in place to automate the sending of keys, and I have a feeling that that's going to break in some way, and then I'm going to have to like scramble to figure out how to fix it. Hello, Dione. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Thank you, Genius Potato. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so my friend was playing the game yesterday, and he encountered this problem where if I have... Let's see, enable test player artifacts. If I have the Rod of Asclepius, and then I have a bunch of things to alchemize. I think that's right. Rod, or what did I call it? I don't think I called it that. What did I call it? Alchemical heal, that's what I called it. Okay. So if I have that artifact, and then I alchemize some things, it appears to... Oh wait, I just set this up wrong too. Oh, and it's full screen. Why is it full screen? Okay, so project settings. I need a couple of... Okay, sorry. I was recording some footage for the devlog, and I have all my settings messed up here. Windowed. Rod, yeah. Hello, Johan. Welcome back. Good to see you. Good afternoon to you. Project settings. So the debug section, I need alchemical cards. How do I not remember what alchemical cards exist? Where's the alchemical cards? Let's see. I think the salamander is an alchemical card. Yeah, so we'll do salamanders. Okay, so now we should be set up properly for this. So I have this Rod of Asclepius, all alchemical cards gain 2 heal. There's heal 2 there. Now if I do this, and I alchemize these things, yeah, you see how there's a heal 2 on this now? So it's like it's taking the Rod of Asclepius ability and merging it into the alchemy output as a separate ability, when it shouldn't. Basically, any ability that's being projected onto cards from an artifact, or from anything else really, needs to not be included in the alchemy. So alchemy event state machine. Yeah. So this get all composed abilities is not actually working. Or it is working. I basically just need the composed abilities though, I think. Get contextual composed abilities. What? Ability copy. Oh, I see. So I think what I want is... I think I just want base composed abilities. Is that what I want? Just the composed abilities that are on the card naturally, and nothing that has been projected onto it. So the way the card works is that it's got its base abilities, but then when it's for inspecting the card and for combat, there's this method, get all composed abilities, which includes everything that's attached to the ability. So it's the base composed abilities, but also any ability that has been projected onto it by another card, but also any ability that it has as a result of a contextual placement. It's just like, it's a little bit wonky, but I think all I need to do is just have this base composed ability. I think if I look at the Friar, self-tag turn cooldown reduction, this is a board state contingent ability. Copy adjacent poison. Why do I have... Uh-oh. Get contextual composed abilities. Copy ability, get contextual composed abilities. I may want to rework that. Hold on a second. I may want to rework that. Why didn't I... Hold on a second. Get contextual. I don't know why this is here. copy ability, execute empty result, query board with final filter. I see. Well, I don't really know what's going on with that. We might want to rework that in a second. Maybe make maybe roll contextual ability into board state or whatever it's called. Bug. Anyway, we'll not worry about that for now. Let's fix the bug that's right in front of us with this alchemy event state machine. So this abilities to take minimum. This should be get base composed abilities, I think. I wonder why that just, let's just return a list out of here. List. Okay, so get base composed abilities. This needs to be get base composed abilities. I think that's going to work. I'm definitely going to want to try to test it with the rat though. So let's add a rat and a ceremonial dagger. Okay, let's see what happens. That's excellent. We need more eggs in the game. I could do eggs. Can you explain what Alchemortis and what's happening? There's a Steam page linked in the first line in the description, so if you're interested in what kind of game Alchemortis is, the Steam page is pretty informative. This is VS Code. Welcome, Andre, by the way. Game looks so close to be complete except for bugs, maybe. Why only release next year? It's not complete. It looks complete, but it's not complete. I'm missing a meta progression system. The duration of a run is very short right now because I need to add more content, more events, that kind of thing. What else? Yeah, there's just a ton of, I might introduce the concept of having different player characters you can choose, which will give you different starting stats and different starting cards. So there's a lot to do still. Hello, Kanik. Welcome to the stream. Have a nice stream. Thank you. Can I ask you something related to one of your Udemy projects? Yes, of course you can. Good morning, Ninja Link. Are you going to add some more stuff or just fix bugs? Yeah, I'm going to add, well, do you mean on this stream? Probably will add some stuff on this stream. But we'll see. Hello, Yeet. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hundreds of cards. Yeah, I would love to have hundreds of cards in the game for sure. Did Steam approve the playtest? Yes, they did. The beta soon? No, the beta, it's not a beta. It's like, the way to think about it, I guess, is just like a very early alpha playtest. I know it looks complete, and that was, you know, I wanted to make it look nice and play nice for the playtest, but it's going to be very basic, very bare bones, and very incomplete. So, yeah, so it's a playtest. It's not a beta. It's not representative of the final game. Totally. It'll be somewhat representative of the final game, obviously, but it's not going to be like, you know, a beta is like, hey, the game is about to release, whereas this is more like a, hey, I need feedback early so I can keep developing it, you know. Good evening, Meep. Welcome, welcome. Levels, yeah. Microtransactions, yep. No, I'm not adding microtransactions. Need to add a tavern double cheese. Okay. Skins, no, not How many hours do you spend a day making the game? When I'm not doing other things like videos, usually it's like 6 to 8 hours a day. Good morning, Monkey Software. Good to see you again. Pre-alpha, yeah. When I took your Godot course with GD, you often declared variables statically. C# you often use var keyword rather than static types. Is that a personal preference? So the var keyword is just a shorthand to infer the type from the right-hand side of the operation, which I think is fine. Like, because of the IDE tools we have, it's very easy to just know what the type of every variable is. So you don't need to like do the whole verbose thing where you declare the type before the variable. If the right-hand side operation is like, it's clear what the type is, it's the variable's being assigned to. So it's just, I like it better because it just reduces the visual noise without sacrificing much of understanding. Skins would be nice. Loot boxes. I'm anti-var. Okay. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. I managed to get here pretty close to the start for a change. Yeah, welcome. Good to see you. No, yeah, I know you were kidding. I know. We're all memeing here. It's fine. So, yeah, I think this is good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should test. Copies the poison abilities of up to one adjacent card. Now I'm wondering, there's so many, hold on. Ability copy. Is this working the way it should? Get base composed abilities, yeah. And that's here as well. Oh wait, here. Non-alchemizable abilities, get base composed abilities. That needs to change. So the alchemy system that mixes all the cards together, it's relatively simple. It's just this entire block of code is basically the crux of the alchemy system. Not that sophisticated at all, but it works well, I think. Anyway, I think we fixed that. Fix alchemy system, including projected abilities. So that's going to be a big bug fix for the playtest. Then I have this really minor thing to adjust here. Booster option. This booster packs offer one additional card. Wow, that was a tough one. That was a really tough one. I'm actually kind of... I kind of want to rename this, actually. Rename... Booster card. Do I have anywhere where it's booster option? Yeah, we're going to change this. We should probably test and make sure that still works. So let's do project settings. Let's add booster card. Boom. What text font is used? I don't remember what it's called. Let me look at it as soon as Godot frees up here. If it's approved by Steam now, do we have a date for the playtest? I don't, it'll, oops, something broke. It will happen next week sometime. Oh. Rename this. Thank you, Snupbill, for the IDR 10,000 with the message. Yummers. We all appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. It's very generous as always. Very much appreciate that. And welcome back to the stream. Okay, so the font, let's see. The font is Soft Square, Chevy Ray Soft Square. And I'm using Grandeur 8H for header fonts. So yeah, those are the fonts there. What was that keyboard shortcut to rename all? F2. F2. Look at all those yummers. Subsquare? What is Subsquare? Playtest is around the same time as Silksong release. Yeah, it's fine. I almost prefer that a whole mass of people doesn't do the playtest. I almost prefer if it was more limited, at least for the first couple, because it's not really a marketing event. It's more of like a I need feedback event. So I don't really want that many people. Like, it would be good in a way if like thousands of people played the playtest, but I would be happy if like, 100 or so played it. Where do you get the fonts? Itch.io is a great place for fonts. There's all kinds of free like public domain fonts, pixel fonts you can get. But then there are also very cheap font bundles that are free to use, or they're royalty free, meaning you can use them in commercial projects for just a one-time purchase. You can get a font pack on itch.io that has like 20 fonts in it for $10 to $15. And so typically what I'll do is I'll find a font inside of that font pack that I like, and I'll just buy the whole pack, and then I'll just store it on my hard drive. So now I have a library of pixel fonts that I have the right to use in my commercial projects. So that way, whenever I make a new project, I can just go to my library. I've got like probably 30 or so different pixel fonts that I have the right to use, and I can just choose whatever one I want. I think if you're going to be building games for over the long term, I think it's really important to build up your own library of like sound effects, fonts, and other assets, and like store them somewhere. If you purchase them, grab the files and put them in some sort of long-term storage in a common place. And then as you're making games, whether it's game jams or whatever, you could just go to your library and look through the files and find stuff you want to pull in. It's very nice. Too bad for Team Cherry, yeah. Son of a gun. Yeah. Welcome, Neozoid. It's crazy how many studios change their release dates because of Silksong. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play Silksong. Hollow Knight is a great game, but it didn't grab me. I played it for like 4 or 5 hours, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. Hello, Kazori, welcome back. You're welcome, Ben. Let me just make sure this works. Booster is 8. I need to finish Baldur's Gate 3 before I start Silksong, but I don't want to just rush it. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is not a game to rush, at least on your first playthrough, in my opinion. Okay, that's working. Okay. Do I want to go through the time? Let's see. Friar. Let's see. This is an iBoard state contingent ability. Update board state contingent abilities. Ability.get all flattened abilities. Grid count provider. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I want to go through the trouble of doing this. Do I want to go through the trouble of doing this? Mm-hmm. I wonder how easy this would be to do. I actually wonder... Yeah, find all references. Oops. Copy ability. Copy adjacent poison. Is this used anywhere? Scarecrow. Oh, I see. Oh, there is a slight difference here. Okay, maybe I don't want to do this. Okay, never mind. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole. That's not going to work. Anyway, we'll delete this. So well, there's another problem here, which is that the skip button is made hard to see by the background tree. What that means is essentially, if I turn off generate test map, writing the line between inspired and yoinking, I don't know what that means. How does one come up with original mechanics? That is a good question. That is a good question. I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert game designer, so I would not take this as advice. But I can tell you the way that I think about these things as I'm learning about it. For this game, I would say that really the only original mechanic really is the alchemy system, which you could argue is not really that original anyway, because the idea of like mixing and matching things to create more powerful outputs is not totally unique. But I think the way it's presented in this game, you could argue that is an original idea. But everything else about the game is pretty straightforward. It pretty well fits into already established patterns of auto battlers and roguelites. So I don't know if the entire game needs to be like an original idea from the ground up. I think that if you basically model it after the other popular games in the genre that you're making it for, but then add like one feature or one central mechanic that makes it stand out from everything else, I think that I would just like lump that together and say that's an original idea. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of like a tall order to say, I'm going to build an entirely original game from the ground up. If you can do that, then and execute it well, then, I would say that something like Baba Is You is a kind of like, it's a puzzle game, but it's just kind of like original from the ground up. Like every piece of it is just completely brand new, I would say. And obviously that game was a super hit, but usually it's just like, there's only like a handful or like one thing that's distinctive. As far as how to come up with that original mechanic, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if there's a formula for doing it. You just kind of have to play around with some stuff. That's how I'm thinking about it anyway. What releases tomorrow? Oh, is it Silksong? Wait, Silksong releases tomorrow? Just roll over 3 times. Hello, Himanshu. I usually take a bite out of my computer and the computational power fills me with unique ideas. Interesting. Interesting. I can confirm I do this too. Twitter's been blowing up with either releases moved up or pushed back to not get lost in the Silksong waves. 13 games have been delayed. That's interesting. I guess people are expecting Silksong to just eat up a whole bunch of free time for like millions of people, I guess. Are we thinking Silksong is going to sell like millions of copies in the first week? Is that what we're thinking? Thinking about making a game with an engine like click, click, bird, drag, drop. Yeah. It's hard. Game dev is hard. It's time for game dev once again. Welcome back, Jackie Daytona. Good to see you. Classic yoink and twist. Am I missing something? Am I out of the loop? What's a yoink? What's a yoink? I think indies are way too obsessed with being unique, making something that already exists, but if it's your version, if it's unique enough, and the execution is more important, it looks like I had a stroke. No, I think that's right. It's like, I think that's something that when I was first starting game development, I was obsessed by. It's like, how am I going to make a game that like no one has made before? And I don't think that's the right way to think about it. I think the right way to think about it is, ooh, I like these aspects from these 3 different games, so I'm going to create a new game with elements of all of those games, with my own art style and presentation, I think that's good enough, honestly. I don't know if... And the other thing too is like having a unique idea by itself is not going to carry the game. You still have to execute it well, you know? So I would almost put more emphasis on just like focusing on executing a game well rather than trying to spin your wheels and coming up with something that's like totally unique and never seen before. But again, this is not advice. I am still trying to be a successful game dev. So I'm not an authority on how to make successful games, so don't listen to me when it comes to that. But when Alchemortis sells 5 million copies, then I'll be preaching to all of you about how to be so successful. Deal? Of course it will. Oh, millions of copies, yeah. Hello, Sam Studio. Welcome back. Yoink is stealing. Oh, I see. I got you. Yoink equals nice. Okay. I could have figured that out. I just thought, yeah, okay, never mind. I'm a boomer, I guess. It's fine. All right, let's remove that tree in the background. Assets, UI, environment. This is the wrong one. I'm about to delete this. We're just going to delete this. This is useless. Delete. You're just confusing me. Oh, that's old too. Does anyone remember the stained glass windows? Wonder if I should... Ooh, I should use those. I should make another event that uses stained glass windows. I'll keep those for now. I don't remember where in the world. Is it in screen? No. Okay, well, there's an easier way to figure this out. We'll go to Game UI. Where is this sprite coming from? Combat environment. Res, assets, environment, combat environment. Huh? There we go. So here, this combat silhouette, we're going to get rid of this. I think that'll be fine. Maybe I'll put... It's like a smaller tree there. That'll work. Okay, that has been fixed now. So let's see. What's the plan for today? We're just going to do a bunch of random stuff. The playtest build is basically ready, so my main focus is getting the devlog edited so I can launch everything next week. We'll be getting into some meatier feature development after the playtest launches. The one thing that I do want to test, I'll probably do like a very quick another playtest. I want to test having the alchemy always available. But I'm not going to do that for this playtest. Okay. The bird is now more visible. I'm almost wondering if I should increase the outline of the bird. Let's see. Now I got to figure out where the heck that is. Assets UI event skip. Yeah, I almost feel like maybe I just need to outline this like thicker. Let's see, branch. Okay. I don't need this anymore. We can get rid of that. That might look better. Area selection. Selected layers, export. Crow. Okay. Everything's still good. Did I break anything? Seems okay. Let's see what that does. Here we go. Oh yeah, I think that looks better. Separates from the background a little bit more. Cool. Wonder if I should add a skip to the artifacts. Maybe I should. I don't know. Anyway. Improve visibility of skip button. Okay, that's good. If AAA companies can make the same game 50 times and each time they sell well, and indie can get away with something that's unique enough, yeah. After your 5 million copies, every game is going to be a Necromancer base and your dreams will come true. Yeah, seriously. Alchemortis-like. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? On the one hand, copy for success. On the other hand, getting judged for being a copycat. Yeah. It do be like that. The internet is a wild place. Necromania. Ooh, that's a great name. That's a great name for a game. Dang. I know it's a problem in your Steam page. Steam is saying Intel Macs are not supported, but Steam is saying Intel Macs are not supported, but your Mac specs list Intel. I only have Apple Silicon Macs now. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for bringing that up. The stained glass looks really cool. Let me write that down. I'm actually not familiar. I don't know if... Does anyone know if the Godot export supports Intel Macs? I think it does, right? Should definitely implement the stained glass. I have a couple of more events to that I want to add. Like, an event is just a node on the map, so I think it would be fun to add more event types. Your content composition has been super helpful in my slow game dev journey. Cool to catch you live. Thank you, P. Glad it helped, and welcome to the stream. How will you be gathering feedback? Discord. Discord, yeah. Almost at 30k subs. I know, I looked at it this morning. Five subscribers away from 30,000. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Oh. The lasso tool is very useful to select different shapes. I use it a lot. Yeah, I should use that more. I don't know why I never use it. Plan on printing my notes on toilet paper and TPing his house. All right. Good idea to keep things neatly organized. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll just have everyone go to the Discord, you know, chat about their feedback, and then I can ask questions there too. The problem with like a Google form is if somebody submits a piece of feedback and I don't understand it, then it's not really useful, right? So the Discord is a better format for that. So what I'll probably do is have everyone go into the Discord, drop your feedback in there, and then I will just kind of like condense the feedback into my own notes for things to address as I chat with the community about it. Previously did a universal build with both Intel Mac, not sure anymore, or Intel Apple. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the Godot export is a universal build which works on all of the architectures, but I just have to verify that. I'll hide as addict and occasionally yell my opinions about the game at night. No notification again. I strongly dislike YouTube. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. All right. Well, once again, we have to find some work to do. I addressed all the issues that my friend encountered yesterday. Let's see here. We can do some more artifacts. Increased chance of legendary alchemy output. Now here's the question. So we have legendary alchemy. I could either make an artifact that just blanket increases the chance of having a legendary alchemy output, or I was thinking I could also introduce a card type, like a card, where its only ability is that it guarantees a legendary outcome in alchemy. I think I would rather do that. That would be interesting, actually. This says lead ingot here, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's try that, actually. Let's try that. I'm gonna make... Do I have a 3x1? Oh, that would probably be too skinny. Let's just do a 2x1, I guess. Alchemortis, assets. Card, background, 2x1. This is going to be a little bit tricky, I think. We're going to figure it out, though. Load default palette. Okay, let's see. This is looking a little weird, but that's okay. This is probably going to be very hard. Yeah, I don't really like that section. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay. I think I like that shape a little bit better. Okay. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. Now, how in the world am I going to do this? Lead is not really that color. Let's try this. Make it a little bit darker. Can I do like a... I don't know if this is gonna work. No. No, that's not working. I almost wonder, should I just make this like a big block here? Oh no. Yeah, welcome RN Genesis. Good to see you. New card, yes. Mac hasn't supported OpenGL since 10.14. When Discord server going live? Next week. How about a node called a sacrificial ritual that gives you damage boosts based on the number and power of cards you sacrifice? Would work really well with the spider. That's a good one, yeah. Are you planning to participate in any upcoming game jams? No, not at the moment, no. Avert your eyes, kids. The thing is massive, yeah. Looking a little meaty. Bigger than that. Oh my gosh. This is a burrito that really necro? Was looking away for a minute and came back to a meatloaf. Oh no. Okay, alright. Okay. Maybe to avoid the meaty jokes. Well, I mean, does it look more like an ingot now? Phew. I don't know. I don't know how to draw an ingot. Does that look better or nah? Find the perspective off. I'm staying out of this one. I don't know how to draw metal ingots, particularly lead. The highlights definitely work. Where's the light coming from? This direction. I don't know. I can't like put highlights in here though, because then it just doesn't look good. See, lead is like a silver color, but I have nothing that looks like silver in my palette, so... I don't know. I don't know how to do this. Usually ingots have 4 sides. Yeah, but this is the medieval era. Which is my way of saying I'm not going to redraw it. Not a lot of space. I think just square it up. Lead is more of a silver color. Yeah, I don't have any silver though. Doesn't look metallic with the highlights. I don't think there's a way to make this work. Even here, I don't have a dark color that works. Okay, we'll find something else. I can't draw an ingot. It's not possible. We will abandon that. We will abandon that. What's something else that would work as like a legendary alchemical output here? If you're going for polished metal, have extremely dark, bright parts next to each other. The technology doesn't exist yet. Eyeball. I feel like I feel like this is one of those days where I'm just gonna fail at everything that I draw. So I'm just gonna not try to draw anything. I'm gonna put this back. Extremely dark, bright parts next to each other. I don't think that looks right either. I don't know what to do. I don't have the colors for this. This looks kind of like I don't know. Wish the technology would advance to the stage where we could finally draw ingots. Yeah, seriously. Maybe like a philosopher's stone kind of thing. That could work. What about a gold slab? Doesn't look bad in the preview. Consider edge highlighting with the white color you have. Yeah, I don't think this is working. It's not working. I'm not gonna succeed drawing anything today, I don't think. Let's see. A philosopher's stone is gonna be even harder. Drawing something that's like a crystal. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. There we go. There's our lead ingot. Okay. So let's create a card for it. I'll replace the art later. Create new resource. Card definition resource. Lead ingot. There we go. I don't know what the flavor text should be. We'll do that later. Tags, alchemical. Okay. So now we got to create the ability for it, which actually I don't even know. Do I want to create, I think I do need to create an ability for it. Let's create in here, new file, lead ingot.cs. Okay. Now we got to create an ability for this. I actually don't think it needs to be that. I could just do a composed ability here. Guarantee legendary alchemy, I guess. Simple damage. We'll just copy this. Guarantee legendary alchemy. We don't need literally any of this. Is alchemizable true? Is copyable true? So we're going to do this. It sounds wrong, but we're going to say public override bool is copyable. False. Oh, this needs to be false too. We can just get rid of this. Get base description. Guarantees legendary output when used in alchemy. That's it. Cool. So now I need to go to the alchemy system. Alchemy event state machine in here is legendary. So let's see. var has guaranteed legendary output. So we're just going to look if any of the input cards have this guarantee legendary alchemy there. And we'll say is legendary is equal to has guaranteed legendary output, or that. I think that's basically it. So now if I go to my project here, let's see if that works. Enable test player cards. Let's do a spiderling, skeleton warrior, and lead ingot. Look at pixel art reference of an ingot. You'll see what I mean with the metallic lighting. Limited palette is tripping you up again. Yeah. Name it bloody lead ingot, problem solved. I give up doesn't give up. Very relatable. Yeah. Constraints breed creativity. You got this. Yeah. Some days I wake up and it's just like, feels like there's not a creative bone in my body. Then other days I could just pop into Sprite and just create something really nice immediately. I don't know what that is, but just have off days some days. That's okay. We'll do with our ugly placeholder texture there. It did not work. Oh, I forgot to add that to the lead ingot. That's why. lead ingot, new guarantee legendary alchemy. Oh, it needs to be guaranteed just once though. So let's see. Alchemy event state machine. Let's do this. Number of guaranteed outputs is equal to cards.count. Okay. And then we'll say number of guaranteed outputs is greater than 0. And then we'll do number of guaranteed outputs minus minus. So that means if you put more lead ingots in it, you'll get more legendary outputs. I think that makes more sense. All right, let's go find some alchemy. Here we go. Creativity has been bred, yeah. I like it. It's a liquid ingot, yeah. I just watched the discovery of witches, and they keep referencing the alchemical child, ooh, often equated with the philosopher's stone or integrated soul born from the alchemical marriage of the opposites. Thought it would be a cool artifact in some way. That is interesting. I'll have to look that up. Do cards and artifacts have rarity, or do all of them have the same odds of appearing? Right now, they all have the same odds. There's no, like, yeah, they're not weighted differently in the loot table. I may add that in the future, but the thing is, like, I don't want to add rarities just for the sake of having rarities. And I haven't really felt a need to make certain cards rarer than others right now. So I'm even wondering if I even need to do that, or if I can just have everything on equal chance of getting pulled from like a booster pack or whatever. There we go, we got a legendary spiderling. Oh, the lead ingot still got preserved. Wow. Wait a minute. Should the lead ingot get consumed? Hold on a second. Wait, I said that wasn't alchemizable. Why is that getting placed? Oh, because one of the outputs is a lead. Oh, I see. Wonder if I should keep that. Should I keep that? Maybe it's fine. Is there going to be bias towards the build you started going for? Is it completely random? Yeah, so that's the only case where I may want to add weighting, is like biasing the loot tables in the player's favor so they get more about what their build, or get more from their build. But again, it's like, you know, firstly, I'd have to create a mapping some way, you know, either manually or automatically, that can like detect the synergies and modify the loot table so that you get more cards with that synergy. But that kind of, that all goes up in the air when you have like the alchemy system, where, you know, you might get a card that has abilities that it doesn't typically have, and now it's a more dynamic situation, you know what I mean? Because like if a card has a bunch of poison and a bunch of fire and a bunch of shielding, what that would do in the system is like bias cards with more fire, more poison, and more shielding. But then at that point, it's like, if you're biasing basically everything to the player, then what's the point of biasing in the first place? You know what I mean? I think there's, yeah, something that, another reason why I need play testing is to figure that out, especially as the number of cards in the game grows. Like if you start with some awesome fire cards, is there a chance you won't find any more? Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But again, if there's enough, like if there's 200 cards in the game and there's like, you know, 50 fire cards and 50 poison cards and 50 shield cards, then it could be the case that you won't find any more fire, but that also might mean, hey, you should change your build because you're not getting any more fire cards. I don't know. Yeah, it's something to explore for sure. But I think that card is working. Too strong? What's too strong? Oh, having the lead be a possible output. I want to do the egg build. Let's see. I'm just testing this a bunch. Guarantees legendary output when used in alchemy. Oh, it made itself... Wait. Oh, there's multiple... Oh, it triggered multiple times. It guaranteed the first one, and then this had a chance. Wow, look at that. So I could yoink this out here. Get some boosters. Go back to the alchemy. Put this in here, put that in there. Merge those together. Bam. Oh yeah, that's probably too strong. I probably need to consume the lead ingot. So I'll probably change that. Let's see. I don't know if I need to make a note that it gets consumed, but I think what I could do is, let me think. So in the alchemy event state machine, I wonder, maybe I should just strip that. Like the lead ingot could be an output, but then it could just have its guaranteed legendary alchemy stripped away from it after it gets alchemized. Non-alchemizable abilities. Oh, here, what I'll do is I'll just where get base where X. I think that will just fix it. So anytime you alchemize a lead ingot, it will just strip away that guarantee or anything, not just a lead ingot. I'm designing this so that I could potentially have other cards that also guarantee legendary alchemy. I don't think that's going to happen, but it could. But after the alchemy takes place, I will just strip that ability away. So you could get a lead ingot as an output, but that it no longer has the guaranteed legendary output. I think that would be a fine way of balancing it. And the lead ingot is not actually that good of a combat card anyway, because I turned up the turn cooldown to 13, which is a very high turn cooldown. So that should hopefully dissuade people from just wanting to use the lead ingot itself. So if I do this now, I'll get a legendary output, and this lead ingot no longer has that guarantee. So that basically fixes that, I think. Kind of like the idea of the ingot being output. Imagine doing that, then putting the ingot back in to make something else. Yeah, I think this just might be too strong. I think it just might be too strong. You will damage the replayability drastically until it drops towards the cards you got first. Don't know if it's just me, but I played these games again and again to get the God run. Getting rid of the luck hurts that a lot. Yeah, it's not that, you know, the bias doesn't have to be that strong either. It can just be a light nudge toward what the player is building towards. But yeah, obviously you do want there to be some element of randomness. It's just that if everything is purely random on an equal footing, that can feel very bad as well. I think you'd be surprised at how many roguelite games do that, where they will bias the game in your favor based on what build you're going for. It's actually quite a common thing. At least from what I could discern when I was looking that up for, because I do that biasing in Gunforged. You could create a roster of cards and then create different characters for them, kind of like the Bazaar. Yeah, I think that would be good. Hello, V, welcome back. What did I miss? Or just doing some random tweaks and stuff. You missed my failure to draw a lead ingot. I definitely play roguelites like some people play the lottery, and for the same reason. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna start with no biasing. I'm gonna start with all the cards being on equal footing, and then you know, based on the playtest, we can adjust that as necessary. Playtest is next week. Next week. Any meta progression designed yet? No. Nope. I haven't even thought what the meta progression would look like yet. I think there's some obvious ones, like, you know, you unlock more more cards get added to the pool as you progress. I was mentioning, well, I kind of had an idea. It's not a plan, but I mentioned this before. You know how games have like battle passes where as you play the game you gain XP, and then as you level up in the battle pass you get new things. That's a system that I haven't really seen in a roguelite game, because typically what a roguelite game does is it gives you a bunch of currency, and then there's like a meta progression shop, so to speak, where you can spend that currency to choose your upgrades. But I think it would be interesting to explore doing something like a level up system, like an experience-based system. You know, let's just say that there's 100 levels or whatever, and like every level you get some kind of new reward. And it might be, you know, the giant squid gets added to the pool of lootable cards, or you unlock a new hero at level 20, or a new playable character at level 20. And, you know, there's a new event type on the map that shows up now when you get to level 35, you know. I don't know if that would work. I mean, typically the reason why roguelites all follow the same pattern of having like currency that you use for meta progression is just because that's what works. You know, so when you come up with a new system like that, chances are the reason why you haven't seen that system done in a roguelike is because it doesn't work. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. But I think it would be interesting to explore, to experiment with that. I really like that you covered a 3D game in your newest video. I've always wanted to see your review of some 3D game code. Awesome, yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Welcome, Naxot. Been to the gym 3 days now and still, oh no. I think it takes longer. I have some bad news for you. Are there any thoughts on that shop guy looks like a pro tag? Looks just like the pro tag? No, I don't think he looks like the protagonist. I mean, he's got a hood and a mask, but I could change it. But I don't really think he looks that similar. I mean, yeah, the hood and the mask, but... Oh, a telescope. If you put 2 legendaries in the alchemy, do you get a guaranteed 2 legendaries out? No, you're actually, if you put a legendary in the alchemy, there's a chance that you won't get a legendary back. So every time you engage in, well, is that true? I think that's true. Maybe I should test that. The way I intend it to work is like once you get a legendary, you probably don't want to alchemize it any further because you could lose the legendary status. But let's just try it. Let's do lead ingot. Giant squid, salamander, ceremonial dagger. Let's see it. Well, I get a notif of the playtest. If you're following all my social media accounts and you also have you're on my email list, then yeah, you will be notified. I mean, the playtest will be launching for Patreon members when the devlog launches next week. And again, the plan is Patreon members can have like a week or 2 of early access, and then the playtest will open up to the public after that. That's the plan anyway. If no one signs up for the Patreon, I might just be like, well, time to launch the public playtest. Is that what Marvel Rivals do? I don't know. Hello, Kelso. I like the shop guy TBH, just the hood and the mask made me think they were related somehow. I could maybe change it. Any dialogue for the shopkeeper? No, not at the moment. Slay the Spire doesn't use currency, it's just an achievement system, so a battle pass-like system could work. That's true, yeah. That's true. Welcome to the stream, by the way, yeah. I would love writing jokes for the shopkeep. How about a legendary 1x1 card? You can create a legendary 1x1 card. I'm not planning for any cards to be legendary by default, although that would be an interesting idea. Are there tooltips to shop items? I'm guessing when you click, you buy, not bring up the info. Yeah, so on the shop, it's the same for the cards. You can right click on the cards in the shop to open up the card inspector before you buy it. But then you can also, like the artifacts that the shop offers, when you hover over it, it shows this artifact tooltip. My wallet is ready. Awesome. There's some concept of gold making in is missing in this alchemy game. Yep, you heard him. Nobody supported him. Can't find it. Yeah, it's not launched yet. Dragon Apple. Everything's launching next week. Everything's launching next week. But thank you for your interest. You'll know when everything is live. If I do my job correctly, you'll know. I hope. Anyway, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to create a couple of legendary outputs. Okay, well there's one. So yeah, if I alchemize 2 legendary cards together, it will use all of the abilities of the legendary cards, but it won't guarantee a legendary output. So let's do this now. This. Put this one in here. Put that there. There we go. So now we've got this beefy incense. And now I gotta find another one. This would have been easier if I just made all of the events alchemies, but that's all right. We'll just skip that. Okay, so if I put these 2 in there, these both have quite a few abilities, but when I mix them together, I'm not guaranteed to have a legendary output, although I did get one. Oh my gosh. But you see, they all still have a lot of abilities. It's just like legendary means that all of the input abilities got added to the object. So this is a legendary output. Apply 4 fire swarm. Oh my gosh. Bam. I wonder if I could win the game with just this. Let's see. Probably not. Yeah, it does a lot of damage, but it's got a slow turn cooldown. Oh yeah, that's not actually that good. I'm gonna die. I got an enemy card idea. Let's hear it. What about a sentient suit of armor? Like a callback to... I don't know what FMA is, but that's a good idea. Those lead ingots are looking good. Okay. If you make a lead ingot, you'll need to be able to transmute it to gold ingot. Yeah, that's the idea. How about alchemy randomly produces an abomination that can only be acquired via alchemy? That could work. Yeah, like having alchemical outputs that are like aberrations. Let's see. Enemy card idea. Full enchanted suit of armor. That would be cool. A rare chance, yeah. So having alchemy output cards that are just like aberrations, that are just completely unique to the alchemy system, that would be really cool. Some kind of random alchemy output aberration. I do want to have cards that are unique, like you can't get from booster packs. Like I had the idea of having some cards that will only ever be available at the shop as well, which I think would be really cool. Full Metal Alchemist. Gotcha. Gotcha. New here, since we have alchemy, are we going to have a Philosopher's Stone? Yeah, probably should. Do I have a Philosopher's Stone written down? Okay. I thought I had that written down somewhere, but I don't think I do. We'll probably need some gold of some kind. There could be some kind of card reward that can only come from boss defeats as well. Yeah. The imp is unique. Yeah, the imp, yeah. Okay. So add placeholder lead ingot for alchemy. Elixir of immortality. That could be a good artifact. Ideas, artifact. Philosopher's Stone should be an artifact since its literally purpose is to affect everything else, right? I think so. Maybe I'll add that here. At least it's a great problem to have. There are so many possibilities for this game. Yeah, I agree. That's a little bit overwhelming, but we'll take it one step at a time. We'll do the playtest first. We'll see what everyone thinks. There's just a lot of stuff to do. I still need to figure out the whole flow of the game, like what an entire run looks like, and do the permanent progression system. But playtest first. Like the early playtests are going to be very, very important because I don't want the game to go off the rails. So the playtests are going to help me like keep the game focused and in check, and also just moving in the direction that people want the game to go in. So it's going to be very, very important. Have you watched Full Metal before? I have not. No, that's an anime, right? I don't watch anime. Old Spice odor blocker. Okay. I guess it could affect other cards on the board, though. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe you could have versions for the Philosopher's Stone, Imperfect Cure. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, I need a quick 3-minute break, and when I come back, I think what we'll do is we'll do a play test with all the... we'll just see what the game feels like. We'll do my own little play test here. And then we'll just see if there's anything else that can be tweaked for the stream here. Wonder how someone who just makes the art in games handles not feeling inspired all the time. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, I'll be right back in just 3 minutes, and we will continue on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Maybe each boss gives you a piece of some mythical alchemist instrument. Could be a trophy or actually change gameplay if you wanted. This could be the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah. Yeah, lots of good ideas. So much to explore here. Anyway, put my skeletons there. Alrighty. 1.05.62. Oh yeah, these are cheap, but I probably want to go this way. Let's do this. Okay. Then we'll go to upgrade card. Let's do this. Bam. Go here. Kill these guys. Boom. Destroyed. We got a shop already. Oh, that's not a good... Oh, no. Maybe I should take a step back and go this way. That's 1.06, and I'm not going to be able to buy anything, really. Although there's an artifact there. I could potentially loop back around this way. That shop is just not going to help me. It's just going to increase my notoriety too much. So I think what I'll do is I'll go back. I'll take that penalty, but then I'll go to the alchemy here. Might as well just alchemize these guys together. Hopefully I get a tier 1 card. There we go. Deal 12 damage twice. Look at that. Bam. Okay, then we can go to the booster. Do I want to do that, or do I want to hit the combat? No, let's do the booster. That's cheap notoriety right there. Let's do ritual. Okay, we got a marionette, an axe. That'll help. And then a rat. We'll just hold on to that for now. Board size increase. Cool. So we got another alchemy, max health increase, alchemy, enchant. That's an expensive combat. I don't know if I want to do that one. Where do I want to go? What's this way? Alchemy, combat, board size, artifact. That's probably the way to do it. Or I could swing down this way and hit these couple of combats. No, I think I want to do alchemy and then go down that branch there. What do I want to alchemize? Let's alchemize these two things. Go! Deal 7 damage, deal 4 damage per allied minion card. Here we go. Boom. That's going to work great. We'll go this way. Yep, that's powerful. That's a good build so far. Okay, increase board size. Alrighty. Now I need more cards, so I'll probably hit the artifact and then maybe these 2 boosters. What's over here? There's a shop there, though. I have enough money. I could swing this way and get the shop. And then there's a booster here, too. There's an artifact here and there's an artifact there. Many choices. The background just adds so much to the look of the combat. So cool. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it looks much, much, much better than the just blank screen. I'm glad you all bullied me into doing that. I'm glad you all bullied me. Somehow I feel like harder battles should give less wanted level because you take a higher risk of losing. Yeah, I think that's probably... So the notoriety level is just completely randomized for each node, but I think it would make sense for each node type to have its own like notoriety range. So the combats would be relatively cheap notoriety, right? Because the idea is like, yeah, you take a higher risk of losing, but also it kind of thematically fits, right? If you go into a combat and you kill everyone, where's your notoriety going to come from? Like, who's going to, you know? So I think, yeah, I think that, so right now it's just random. It's just every node is assigned a random notoriety level, but I definitely think that having like ranges or tendencies for different nodes to be either lower or higher would definitely be useful. I don't really like the fractional part of this. I might just make the notoriety on a 100 scale and just give these even like whole integers. That's just like, it's functionally the same, but it's just, you know, something that would be a little bit nicer visually, I think. But anyway, let's do artifact. Artifact, baby! Getting bullied by the entirety of your viewership is an important part of the process. Yeah, for sure. Maybe notoriety based on remaining cards at the end of a node. Okay. 9 out of 10 individuals report that bullying is fun. Let's see. What do I have on here? That's a ritual. So the Rod of Asclepius is not going to help. Spider Egg or a telescope? I'm going to go Spider Egg. Spider Egg works. And then let's hit these. Ooh, look at that. Boosters and then enchant. Let's do it. So I need more minions because this card scales off of allied minion cards. All right, there's a minion booster right there. Bam. Okay, we'll put that. Oh no. The Viper is not actually that strong. I should buff that. The Wyvern Hatchling is good. We'll put that minion there. So now this axe is going to be dealing 14 damage on this ability, and then also 4 times 3, 12 damage because there's 3 minion cards. So let's do another booster here. I need like a 1x1. I think ritual cards have a lot of 1x1s. Yeah, there we go. A candle, look at that. Boom, we'll just slot that in there. This dowsing rod is basically just crit chance. Applies 7 fire per card that applies fire. Okay, well, we'll hold on to that. What do we got here? Swarm, turn cooldown is reduced by 1, all poison is increased. The turn cooldown would be good on the axe, I think. Although Swarm, if I get a Spiderling, I could put that here. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to put Swarm on the axe. And then what I'm going to try to do is get a Spiderling from this combat here. Or this one. Yeah, that one's cheaper. So we'll go to Alchemy here. Let's, I'm kind of, oh no. Actually, here's what I'll do. I'll alchemize this skeleton with the dowsing rod. And hopefully I'll get that 50% crit chance on him. Let's see. There we go, 50% crit chance. What's this one? This one also has 8 damage, but it's 9 turns, and the skeleton is 6 turns. So we'll just go ahead and grab that guy, put him right there. Awesome, awesome. We'll fight this oh, this is gonna be nasty. Check this out. So I win against this guy. I'll get rid of the candle. So I got a spider added to my inventory here. Check this out. The spider has Swarm and it's 3 turns. And Swarm executes all of their cards with Swarm when executed. So every 3 turns, the axe is going to be executed because it also has Swarm. So we'll take this, put that there. Boom. Check that out. And now I'm going to be pumping out massive amounts of damage here. So boom, axe goes. Boom, spider goes again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's check the combat log. Here we go. Axe dealt 14 damage, dealt 16 damage. Then look at this. So the Spiderling goes, right? The axe got triggered because of that Spiderling. And then, oh, it didn't go. But yeah. So the axe went after 3 turns because the Spiderling has a turn cooldown of 3. Dope, dope, dope. Want to bully you to test? Yeah, it's coming, it's coming. The backdrop at the top is looking good. Thank you, Jackie Daytona. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. If spiders are minion cards, it's going to be crazy. Oh, it is a minion. Yeah, I forgot. It's scaling off the axe now, too. Or the axe is scaling off the Spiderling. That's nutty. That's nutty, fam, as the kids would say. I love spiders. Always played as a Weber and Don't Starve. Oh, interesting. I've played Don't Starve, but I don't think I ever played as Weber. Spiders are cool. Spiders in games. IRL, I got bit by one on the neck last week and I find it will die slowly and painfully. It was a love bite, don't hold a grudge. Spiders are cool. Where I live, all spiders are cute and harmless. That's basically true for me. I mean, you'll find the odd black widow every like once in a blue moon here, but black widows are not as dangerous as pop culture would have you believe. That's not permission to go out and get bit by one, by the way. I'm just saying. Anyway. Yeah, I like living in an area where if something bites me, I don't have to worry about dying. That's very nice. God, I don't live in Australia, yeah. The serotonin in my brain stem firing when I get stacking triggers in games like this. I know. I'm feeling this serotonin, the dopamine too. What am I doing? Oh, upgrade. Oh, we gotta upgrade the axe, right? Look at that. 20 damage and then 6 damage per allied minion card. So that's 24 damage. It's gonna be dealing 44 damage after 3 turns. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I'm just kind of like randomly getting cards now. I don't really care about that one. We have one more move to make. I don't think I need health. I think I'm just gonna out damage everything. Actually, I can make 2 more moves, I think. Okay, bye. See ya. Yeah, I can make 1 more move here. Should I do a final alchemy? Let's just do a final alchemy here before we get into the boss fight. Now, what do I want to do? I don't want to risk my swarm. I need to keep that. The wyvern is not really doing that much. It's a minion. But what I could do potentially... Oh, no. Wait a minute. Let's get rid of this rat. I don't want the rat. Put spiderlings here. Oh, no. That's... This... No. This is going to be broke. This might be too overpowered, actually. I don't even want to do alchemy. So check that out. I replaced the wyvern with 2 spiderlings. So that makes this scale even harder. So that's 6 times what? 5? So 30 damage there. But all of these have swarm. Oh no. This boss is going to get melted. Goodbye. Oh my gosh. Okay, that might be a little bit too OP, but it's okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was ridiculous. Join stream as an Australian at 1:30 a.m. First message is thank God I'm not Australian. Sorry, Zombie Biscuit. I don't endorse the views of my chat. Sorry, your spiders are scary. Insta kill. Oh, good. We found a broken combo. What's it like living in the future? That was sick. OP build. That was awesome. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Gonna check if same type of cards scale with each other. Game is balanced. Don't worry. I know. I'm a little bit worried about the balance. I think this game is going to be very hard to balance, generally speaking, but we'll figure it out. I like to sell the winning lottery numbers to Americans for a portion of their winnings. At least buy the boss dinner before destroying them like that. Seriously. If it had sound effects too, it would fire all the dopamine. It does. Yeah, it does. There are sound effects. Just I'm not playing them on stream. But the playtest will have sound effects and music, so screen record that. Yeah, someone clip that. My body is ready for the playtest. That's a clip for Steam. Yeah, unfortunately, because I've got all the stream overlay stuff up. I don't know if I can clip that, but level 1 should be a bit easier. Yeah, I think it easier. Put that in the trailer for sure. I might be able to clip. Yeah, I might be able to just clip that part out. Anyway, yeah, that was a lot of fun. That dopamine hit when you realize, wait, I can make this even more broken than it already is very, very satisfying. Just crop the damage part. Yeah, I could probably do that. You just replicate this again manually. Yeah, I could. Actually, maybe I should just... Well, I don't think the seed would help me that much. I was going to say I could record the seed and do it again, but I'd also have to remember the route that I took. And also, the seed doesn't affect Like the booster, every time you go to a booster pack, like the inventories of the boosters are not set by the seed of the map. So even if you go to a booster in that seed, you could get different cards. Will we get an E build like Balatro? I don't know what E build is. Can you elaborate on what you mean by E build? Just watch the clip back and debug, replicate it, right? Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. I also might be able to crop it. We'll see. I think if nothing else, I could crop that and put that as a video on the Steam page, like in the description section. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just waiting for if you want to elaborate, Dragon Apple, on your. Oh, you mean like exponential? No, I don't think. I mean, the scaling in this game is not really exponential. Like the numbers don't really go up that much when you upgrade things. The scaling is all determined by like alchemy and synergies and stuff. So, but I really like creating games where the numbers are understandable. Like I don't want the numbers to, like the health numbers, I don't want to get those to get like even close to 1,000 health. You know what I mean? I'd like to keep everything like small enough where like, you know, a 10 damage increase from your board feels like a huge power spike. I've always just liked that. I don't know. Like in classic World of Warcraft, you know, you get an item that drops with +1 intelligence and you're like, whoa, that's huge, right? And it's like, what is World of Warcraft now? Like +540 intelligence or whatever. You know, it's like the numbers are like, oh, you did 10 trillion damage to a boss who has like quadricadillion health or whatever. It's kind of lame, in my opinion. But anyway, you can make your score so high in Balatro that it says your score is E to the power of X. Gotcha. Description section still doesn't have my translation. Yeah, sorry, I'm just not really focused on translation stuff right now. You can use the source record plugin in OBS to record stuff without the overlays. Yeah, I had that on my old computer, but I should do that. Very TTRPG of you. +3 to weapon skill, actually huge. Yeah, seriously. Please Portuguese game, me no English. WoW does a number reset every few expansions to combat that. Yeah. But like games like Diablo are like that too. Like Diablo 3, it's like, oh, you did 1,000 million damage, and also that was only 0.1% of the boss's health. It's like, I mean, I can understand why you would like that. It's just kind of off-putting to me. It's like, I'd rather just do like 10 damage to the boss and be like, whoa, that was a huge chunk, you know? It feels more grounded. It feels more real. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying that it's better. But anyway, I have the devlog to edit. Again, all the Patreon and the Discord and the playtest for Patreon members will be launching next week. Again, you don't have to be a Patreon member to get access to the playtest. You'll just have to wait another week or two. The playtest will be public at some point, so you don't need to pay anything. But if you want to support my work, if you want to support that, the Patreon will be launching next week. There's going to be all kinds of additional perks beyond just early playtest access. There will also be, you'll get unlimited access to all of my course content if you subscribe at the highest tier. If you subscribe at any point during development, the highest Patreon tier, you will have the option of having your name included in the Alchemortis credits when it releases. So you could just pledge, you know, the top tier for 1 month, and then you can get added to the credits. There's a bunch of other perks like exclusive Discord channels, but generally speaking, the playtest will be available to the public, the Discord will be available to the public. It's just that Patreon members will get some exclusive early access stuff. But anyway, that's all launching next week, like I said, with the devlog that I'm editing right now, so I'm going to spend this afternoon doing that. Too many digits are hard to see on a tick anyway, yeah. Certainly more showy, yeah, that's true. Unless it's a stylistic choice, I think keeping the numbers as small as possible is the way to go. I agree, yeah. Get it, people don't understand big numbers, yeah. Any particular reason you're using Forward Plus instead of compatibility? Well, Forward Plus works on my PC. I have a launch option configured in Steam where you can launch the game with OpenGL. So the Alchemortis will be compatible on basically any desktop or laptop device. Will I get the game for free if we subscribe? No. Maybe. Well, I won't discount the possibility of adding that as a perk, but no, that's not the plan right now. Also, no floating point. It's even harder to understand, right? Hey, I paid for the full 2 hours. Okay, we'll just sit here for 9 minutes. I'm kidding. We're not going to sit here for 9 minutes. Merch when? Oh, no. 50-cent coupon for subscribers. Oh, jeepers. Anyway. Yeah, that's it for the stream today. Alchemortis is available to wishlist. Exciting things are coming next week. I just got to get these things done. So, but yeah, the link for the Alchemortis Steam page is the first line in the description below. And you can also check out my Udemy courses if you want to learn how to build games in the Godot engine. Thank you everyone for your support. Very much appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good day. And I will see you in the next one. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I actually am doing something else game dev related tomorrow, which I will announce later. But I'll be back at it on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So, and I may stream in the afternoon tomorrow as well. So it just won't be at the usual time if I do. Anyway, bye everyone. Have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.